Build fights in Fortnite used to be very simple and very peaceful. However, modern day build fights now look like this. And that's why I, Numbers, vow to teach you how to build fight properly. This game in particular, I was unfortunate and I did not get height. So what I do here is that I build up and then I place an immediate back wall so I don't get shot. I notice my opponent's playing sloppy on height, so now is my chance to try and take it off them. So I try to build up and get 2 layers, then I decide to go for a jump shot, and he's not there, so I have to fall down to low ground. But it's not over yet, as I'm just going to try and build up and go for a 90 off of this wall. But instead I end up doing a 180, but my opponent tries to go for a clip on me, so that allows me to get over them. And now that I'm on height, I'm now going to go for a counter attack. So now that I go for my attack, first thing I'm going to do is place a floor and a ramp so I don't get shot. My opponent heads off to the right here, so I place a wall so they can't edit that wall. Then I'm going to edit it, and then I'm just going to wait for a second and set up a mongrel classic so I can get them into a position where they can't fight back. I go for the pump shot and I kill them. This play goes by extremely fast, so I'm going to slow it down for you. My opponent tries taking my wall. Since they're going to try and take it again, I immediately edit these 2 walls to catch them off guard. Now they're put into an awkward position and they have no reloaded guns, so I shoot them and I win. Here it is not slowed down. It's important to have good manners while build fighting, so you should always do this archway before fighting. I go for a basic start where I tack sprint into a tack sprint jump, which lunges me straight forward and it allows me to build up. My opponent, on the other hand, is not being a good sport, so they're trying to shoot me to instantly kill me. So I edit down when they're not paying attention and I hit them for a max body shot. Then, I realize I own all the walls and they're full pieced. At this point, I'm pretty sure they're gonna die, but they hug the wall and they get out perfectly fine. I'm low on HP, but I know they're also low on HP, so I go for a really smart play of jumping off to the side and going for a jump shot victory. I hit the shot and I win the round. In this round, my opponent's better than me, so my best play is to go for mantles to get over them. They go for this edit here to try and shoot me, and I 200 IQ them by editing this cone so they can't shoot me. My opponent now realizes that I'm in a good spot to take height, so they try and box me in with cones, but I read that they were going to do that, and now they're on low ground and I take easy height off of them. This round, me and my opponent are both in a fight for height. I go for a pump shot which hits them for 118, I place a wall to block them, but notice how I also got that wall behind them as well. I edit a peanut butter so I can take both the back wall and the front wall. Now my opponent is trapped in a full piece and they can't get out, so I slide backwards to get extra momentum to speed myself up. I go for the back wall edit, and I'm going to bait them with this first edit, try and take a pump shot, and then I'm going to do my real edit and kill them after they break my wall. In this scenario in particular, I'm trying to read my opponent because I know that one more shot from my Thunder shotgun should kill them. I suddenly realize they leave their back wall open, so I build up because I know they're going to mantle, and they do, and I get a free kill. This is a very simple play. My opponent builds over me and I just cone them. This costs them their height all because they didn't go for a double edit. In this round, my opponent cheats by using their grappler to grab height and hit me with a pump shot, which causes me to fall. My opponent once again hits me. At this rate, I know I'm going to lose, so I have to come up with something down on low ground instead. My plan is very risky, but I'm going to box up and then I'm going to go for a pre-fire and see how much damage I can do off of that. I go for a pre-fire that hits 159. My enemy is very low now, so I have to come up with something. So I do this ramp flip phase. It allows me to phase through my ramp and go for a shot without my opponent noticing. They edit a window here. I take my shot, and I eliminate them. And that's also why you shouldn't give up in a build fight. In this round, my opponent just builds up around my builds, so I know where he's about to end up next. This is the simplest and easiest read I can get, and it ends in his death. In this round, my opponent builds up. I predict this and I go for a 96, take it, and then I go for a full piece. I get their back and front walls and all the cones possible. Then I place their back wall, and I take the shot and I eliminate them. In this round, I'm chopping out builds so I can guaranteed get height off of my opponent. Since they can't see where I am through the chopping builds, I then get a chance to build over them. I know they're gonna mantle here because they don't edit that build, and they have a back wall open. I read this and I hit an 85. They aren't gonna stay in that box, so they move into the one I have predicted. They go in, I edit them into the corner, I re-edit, and then I take my pump shot and I win. I hope you learned something, subscribe, and full peace.